deploying the next 6 digital months, infrastructure. The aim within of this measure 6 months is to provide an open and transparent public procurement platform. An open and transparent open public procurement platform which gives open public visibility and end public procurement from advertisement to award of contract, from advertisement. It is award of contract and what amount and to whom the people of Kenya it is awarded and what amount the people of Kenya will pay. Number 4, I have engaged with the parliamentary leadership and asked Parliament. I have engaged with the parliamentary leadership the conflict of interest bill, Parliament to expeditiously pass the conflict of interest bill with the explicit caveat that I shall veto any bill enacted if it does not establish the highest bar with respect to accountability, integrity, and anti-corruption. I will make full use of the power given to me under Article 115 of the Constitution to make sure that the bill meets the appropriate standards set out in the original bill. Number 5, while fully respecting the independence of the national justice, law, and order institutions, and pursuant to a commitment to consult and collaborate in leveraging their institutional capabilities in effective, expeditious, and conclusive investigations in respect of all active cases, it is essential for these institutions to provide a time frame to the people of Kenya, because that is what the people of Kenya want, within which proceedings shall be concluded, and the same timelines clearly communicated to the public. Number 6, about 400 billion shillings is spent on tax expenditure every year, especially on VAT refunds, a process that is largely opaque and with limited accountability. Within 90 days, I will be working with Parliament to provide a legislative and regulatory framework to make this process transparent, open, and accountable, with a view to reducing this huge public expenditure and direct savings from this exercise to the productive sectors of our economy. This is going to be a very important exercise of engaging Parliament in consultations with the people as to whether it is right for us to spend 400 billion Kenya shillings every year collected from the people of Kenya to pay a few companies on matters of VAT refund. Number 7, the government will also work with Parliament to tighten legislation to reduce and eliminate imports of goods and products already manufactured in Kenya, so as to promote our value addition, our manufacturing, and industrialization program in our quest to create more jobs, create more opportunities, and create wealth in our nation. We must have a national conversation as to whether we want to be a supermarket for products from other countries, or we want to produce products that we already have manufacturing capacity in Kenya. In my last address to the nation, I undertook to consult a broad spectrum of stakeholders from all sectors, levels, and regions in order to constitute a broad-based government. In line with this undertaking, I will be forwarding additional names to Parliament for vetting prior to appointment based on the understanding of the Cabinet's essential role in driving the transformational agenda that makes Kenya a better, more just, and more prosperous nation for all of us. Once constituted, the new Cabinet will steward our transformation agenda that is already in place in providing effective and efficient public services, expanding opportunities for employment and wealth creation, and creating a tide that lifts every boat. Our collective ambition is to turbocharge the performance of our economy to achieve our universal health coverage, which ensures that no one is left behind or impoverished on account of healthcare costs. Also offer an equitably funded education system which looks out for learners from vulnerable backgrounds and ensure that Kenyans from all walks of life live in safe and dignified housing through our affordable housing program. Additionally, our transformation agenda commits to provide reliable clean water, last-mile connectivity of electricity, and to secure more business opportunities for enterprises and employment opportunities for our young people, both here at home and abroad. Our explicit aim is to transform Kenya into a middle-income society, and it is essential for us to urgently mobilize adequate resources to fund these necessary programs and projects. Consequently, after extensive consultations, I have nominated the following persons for consideration and approval by the National Assembly for appointment as Cabinet Secretaries. I commend the leadership of diverse organizations, both in public and private sectors, including political parties, for their encouraging response to my outreach to consult on forming a broad-based government. Their willingness to set aside partisan positions and interests in order to join a visionary partnership for the radical transformation of Kenya is a historic gesture of their patriotism. I know and I understand acutely the huge expectation of the people of Kenya on me and this administration. And I equally understand that that responsibility can be made easier if we work together as a nation. And as I said, the opportunity we have to work together across political lines, across different divisions, is much more greater than the challenge and the crisis we have in our hands. I take this opportunity to express my appreciation for their commitment and reiterate my pledge to engage alongside them in a national conversation that is inclusive, citizen-centered, and aimed at consolidating and accelerating the actualization of inclusive growth and national transformation. As I take this step, and as I expand and broaden this administration, I am acutely aware that the responsibility of managing the affairs of the country vested in the cabinet, in the expanded cabinet, will require of us to work together and to focus on that which brings honor to our country. I will shortly give you the list of my nominees. Just hold your horses. Just hold your horses. Great. Oops. That's the old list again. Where did it disappear? I think this is the problem of making it very confidential and not allowing many people to have a look at it. As you're all aware, the list I sent to the National Assembly, I have since amended so that Roslinda Soipan-Tuya now goes to the Ministry of Defense. The Honorable Aden Bare-Duale moves to Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry. I have now forwarded the name of John Mbadi Ngongo to the Ministry of National Treasury and Economic Planning. Salim Mvuria Mgala, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry. Ms. Rebecca Miano, Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. The Honorable James Opio Wandai, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. The Honorable Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. The Honorable Hassan Ali Joho, Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs. The Honorable Dr. Alfred Nganga Mutua, Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. The Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development. The Honorable Justin Bidan Njoka Muturi, Ministry of Public Service and Human Capital Development. Madam Stella Soy Langat, Ministry of Gender, Culture, Arts and Heritage. I am still working on the other pending nominees, and I will be announcing them shortly. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless our great nation, Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Oparanya, the former governor of Kakamega, is now the cabinet secretary nominee under the Ministry of Cooperatives, and Stella Soy is the cabinet secretary under the Ministry of Gender. That is the announcement from State House, and on that note, we are taking our first commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a brand-growing outdoor advertising with beautiful simplicity and an artistically inspired choice? Look no further. Our 40 years of credible reputation and experience will give you exceptional brand traction. Talk. Get your brand on the talk with City Clock.
Glad you're watching the Lunchtime News. Welcome back. Now, a 15-year-old student from Bishop Louis Ngarenaro Mixed Day Secondary School is nursing rubber bullet injuries after she was shot during yesterday's demonstrations in Nyahururu town. The Form 2 student was allegedly on her way home from school when she found herself in the middle of the skirmishes before she was injured, forcing speedy intervention from Good Samaritans. The parents now say they have been forced to foot the unexpected course to ensure she is treated and escorted to school so that she doesn't miss her end-term exams.
Nilikuwa natoka shule, fika na hapa karibu nyumbani nikienda kuvuka mtaro. Nikafikiwa na gari ya polisi. Kanishia rubber bullet, nikaanguka hapo. Sasa sikujua venye kuliendelea, nikajipata hosi.
Amepigwa na rubber bullet. Sikujua vizuri ni wapi, lakini nilikuja nikamkuta ako hosi. Aligongwa mguu ya left na ameshonwa uzi. Sasa niko na gharama ya kumleta asubuhi na kumrudisha home.
Naomba tu kwa serikali, iwapo kuna jambo litatendeka, hii mambo yaishe, ili watu warudi makazini mwao na watoto wapate amani wanapokwenda nyumbani. Juu ile jaga alipata jeraha kwa mguu na alitibiwa na akaenda nyumbani. So tunaomba serikali iangazie hii mambo zaidi, ili at least watoto wanapoenda shule wawe hawapatani na majanga kama haya.
The National Public Benefit Organization Consortium has strongly condemned the move by the Public Benefit Regulatory Authority to forward names of non-governmental organizations to the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, DCI, for investigation, saying the board is overstepping its mandate. They said some of the BPOs that are being accused of funding the Gen Z's protest have been in existence for years and helped in funding government projects in the past years. According to them, the move is a decoy to delay the implementation of the BPO Act. They have, however, called on the authority to table any evidence they have in court that puts the conduct of NGOs in the country to question.
See the PBO Regulatory Authority, which is a body that should protect the PBOs, coming out and claiming that they are doing some investigation and even purporting to refer some of the cases to the DCI. If you look at the PBO Act, they don't have that authority. They don't have it's not one of their functions. So we were shocked. And that is why we, as the National PBO Consortium, decided to come and issue this statement telling the PBO regulatory authority that they are overstepping their mandate. If anything, they should operationalize and implement what is required under the PBO Act, because they have not done it.
The Chama cha Uzalendo Party CCU has opposed the national dialogue proposed by President William Ruto following weeks of protests witnessed across the country by the youth. Speaking in Diani, Kwale County, party leader Richard Onsongo said that the government should implement the demands made by the youth and Kenyans in general. The party has also called for compensation of protesters who were killed and injured during the protests.
We don't need an